Good afternoon, everyone. So I think like in the last two talks, in the last three talks, we saw like the speakers really made my life and job easier by explaining what is AI and how all it is being used in different use cases. Now what I'm going to really do is cover a specific use case related to the education space in terms of how can we really create social impact using AI. So, well, with that, let's look at some of the challenges which are there when it comes to the education space. And one of the problems that India is really fraught with is the number of vacancies which are there open for teachers has been like, according to a Niti Aayog report, it is like around 1 million teacher vacancies which have not been filled. And at a state level, it looks like some states have vacancies up to 50%. So 50% of the teaching positions are lying vacant. And even in cases where you have the teachers, you really don't have all the minimum requirements which they meet in terms of the criteria set by the RTE. So having described two problems related to the education space, like how can technology really solve it? And when it comes to technology, how can AI, artificial intelligence or generative AI come here and helps alleviate some of these problems? So I think there is a ray of hope because what COVID actually demonstrated is a lot of teachers who were earlier engaging in person with the students, they started adopting technology, they started using virtual classrooms in order to be able to interact with the students. And like the attitude of the teachers have been really positive, and this is as per like one of the UNESCO's report. There has been more work in this direction in terms of research by Niti Aayog in terms of identifying, okay, what are the 6 levers which can really help transform the education space. There are 6 levers, okay, but what I'm really going to cover specifically is like how can we address the lever number 2, which is related to having a lot of vacancies for teachers. How do we really fulfill that gap between the demand of the teacher and the supply of the teachers? And multilingual content. India is a country of so many languages. And like for different states, the medium of instruction also needs to change according to what is the mother tongue of the students. So, well, how can technology really come, and how can generative AI can come here and solve for some of these problems? So if we look at from the demand side of things, like the students, we can have learning assistants which can provide conversational learning to the students. And we can have these conversational learning bots or agents which can produce content in different languages. On the supply side of things, when it comes to the teachers, of course, like there is a huge vacancy, huge shortage of teachers. And the teachers who are already there in the system, they encounter a lot of overload because they have to maybe do the job of another 2 people. So how can we really make their life easy? So that's where content creation, creating custom content for the students using generative AI can help. And well, the students need to be evaluated also periodically. And like that's a huge exercise for the teachers. Every time they have to frame questions, create assignments. So how do we solve for these, both the demand and supply side of it? So what I'm going to really cover is a very specific, like an open source platform that we have built, which we call Vidyarang. And now I'll request like the video number 1 to be played. So what I would do is actually I would give you a demo of this open source platform. And may I have the video number 1, please? So this is a screenshot of like how this platform looks like. You have like the option to chat with the course. And some of the courses that are listed here are very similar to the courses that I took at the B school. Examples are valuation, asset pricing. So can we have the video?
For Vidyarang, an an online platform for effective learning through conversations. On the left, you can see a navigation pane for logging in, creating an account in case you forget your password, and the choice to reset your password. As I already have an account, I'll straight away sign in, or else you can create your account through the sign up page. Now I'll enter in my credentials. After logging in, I have three options ahead of me. One is to create a new course, one is to update an existing course, and the other is to chat with my course material. On the left, you can see the steps to onboard your course. For now, I'll chat with an existing course. Now, once we select the course, it will load the contents of the course for us to interact with. Let's start by asking it a few questions. Now I've asked it to list some important concepts.
It's very much real time, like the response time, which I will
Quickly,
also cover.
it has given us a response on the key aspects of evaluation. Now let's dive into some detailed questions. Now I have asked it to value on the methods to value banks.
So right now what's happening is whatever course content that has been uploaded, it is trying to generate the answer from there.
Again, it has given us a quick answer by saying that the best way to value banks is using the equity approach. Let's move on to the next question. Again, it's thinking for an answer, and it will give us an answer in few seconds. Again, we have a detailed answer to our question.
So now if you really look at the next question that he's typing, it is in reference to startups. How do you, can we use real options to value startups?
Again, we have asked it a difficult question to answer. Let's see if it can answer our query. As you can see, for every question, we receive detailed answer with logical formation of paragraphs. Now, a certain problem that we face with generative AI application is hallucination. That is, we sometimes get incorrect answers or wrong answers which are not part of the course material. Let's see if our model is prone to hallucinations or not.
Now, as an instructor or a teacher, you would not really like, students chatting or talking about other things, with the generative AI model. And
since this is a course about valuation, such information should not be present in the course.
So he asked about, when did we really get independence?
As you can see, it has clearly stated that it does not know when India gained independence. This is a very helpful feature, as sometimes students learn something which is not inside the syllabus. This helps teacher to ensure that the students only learn what he intends to teach and nothing else. Once you are done with your studies, you can log out of the course. Lastly, the name Vidyarang was inspired by two Indic names. Rangmanch, that is a platform where you can study with your course in all its colors, that is the Indian word Rang. Thank you.
So as we saw with this demo, there are two modes to this. One is the teacher mode or the instructor mode, and another is the student mode. So in the teacher mode, you can upload the course, and in the student mode, you can chat with the course. Can you switch back to the screen? Okay, so yeah, like these are some other examples. Okay, like where like the content was related to management principles, and you started chatting with it and started asking questions. So now when we really, so what we earlier showed is like the student mode, where you can really ask questions, where you can learn things, okay, as a student. But what about like evaluation part? Like if there is a teacher and instructor who wants to really create questions for exams. So that's what I've shown you. Like a teacher can really ask the model, okay, to create questions around a particular concept, and it is able to do that. Similarly, like if a teacher really wants to identify, okay, like this is my textbook, okay, or this is my course material, what are the important topics that I should teach, okay, probably in this semester, then it lists down all those topics. Similarly, like I think in colleges it is very usual that there is a course handout which is given to the students. Now that's also an exercise. Suppose you are starting a new course, you are shifting to a new textbook, you have to do that exercise every time. So it can also help you create a course handout, like just by exposing the model to your course material. And there are use cases like, okay, you want to give an assignment, sort of fill in the blanks. Well, here is the answer. But all what it is doing is, it is looking at the content in the textbook that has been uploaded by the instructor, or in the course material, the lecture slides, and then based on that content, it is creating these questions or fill in the blanks. Can we have the second video? Like before I really go into the performance evaluation, the response time, the cost, let's also look at like how does this model really work when it comes to Indic languages. So can I have the video number 2?
Here, let us see how Vidyarang provides its answers when we switch to Hindi words using English script. For example, हम पूछेंगे कि valuation के महत्व पूर्ण विषयों के बारे में बता.
So well, if you really have a Hindi keyword, you can even put the question in Hindi. Can we get the resolution a little better? This was playing better, okay, when we traced it.
और हमें एक लंबा सा आंसर मिलता है जो काफ़ी रेलेवेंट है, और हम देख सकते हैं कि आंसर भी वही हिंदी वर्ड्स जो इंग्लिश के स्क्रिप्ट के साथ है. तो अब हम अगला एक और प्रश्न पूछते हैं जो थोड़ा और इन डेप्थ में. बैंक्स को वैल्यू करने के लिए सबसे बेस्ट तरीका क्या है?
We are asking the same sort of questions which we asked in English earlier, and now it is giving answer in Hindi. Like, yeah, if it's like the script is not appearing in Devanagari, it is appearing in English only, but it is actually answering it in Hindi.
इसमें भी एक अच्छा आंसर मिलता है. और अब हम एक कोर्स से इररिलेवेंट प्रश्न पूछते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, जेम्स बॉन्ड कौन है? और इसका आंसर ऐसा आता है कि आई एम हियर टू हेल्प यू विद क्वेश्चंस रिलेटेड टू द कंटेंट प्रोवाइडेड इन द डॉक्यूमेंट.
Now I'll switch to some other language.
Now let's start with the course chat, which is Vidyarang, which is used to chat with your course. So now I have clicked the course valuation. So let me ask a question in Tamil. So we can
Gives
see
you-
that it has given a nice detailed answer in the Tamil. It's not from English to Tamil, it's just literally giving in Tamil. Now, I am going to chat with Vidyaran in Telugu. I want to learn about valuation. Let me ask, what is valuation in Telugu?
Irrespective of what is the language of question, the response times remain same. Like, you get a quick answer in the same time.
You can see it answered me in Telugu. Let me ask another question. It showed me how to value a bank in Telugu. In this way, you can chat with Vidyaran in Telugu.
Can we go back to the slides? Okay. So I think, yeah, I mean, mouse is not really working here. What's the reason? Does it work now? No. So yeah, I mean, I was talking about like, okay, like what's the response time like, and how does it compare with like chat GPTs of the world? So like on an average, the response time is around 4.6 seconds. And even if you go to like chat GPT, like you get the same response time between 4 to 5 seconds. Sometimes it can be even higher in case you are on a bad network. But in case of this model, because this is running on the server, like in the same server where this application is hosted, so bad network is not really going to impact you. You'll always get a very consistent response time. And okay, but then comes the another important question. Okay, like how costly is it? Well, it like we measured the cost, okay, for hundreds of questions, and what we found out is like it does not even cost a 5 paisa per question. So, and suppose if there is a student who's asking, say, like one question per hour, okay, during the day, and doing it for the entire month, okay, the cost adds up only to 30 rupees per month. Right now we are using some of the commercial language models are used here, but if we switch to the open source language models, then this cost can be brought down even further. Like this may become like half paisa per question. And of course, like for such type of open source platforms, once they really take shape, okay, once people start getting onboarded, and say there's government agencies also who come in and they can support this, then yeah, this could become entirely free of cost. So right now also like this model has been built by the students, to the students, and for the students. And in terms of like really accessing this, you just have to go to the website, create an account, fill a small form, and then you will get, and just create your username and password. And then you can start working whether in the teacher mode or in the student mode. So yeah, that's all from my side. This open source platform is available on this website, and that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Applause.